Welcome to Ms. Vampy's Tween Talk, Teen Talk, and In Between Talk. And I am Ms. Vampy. Today we got Tween Talk. So stay and play and have a bloody good time. Or fight me. Do you care what people think?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Sometimes.
I do.
Sometimes.
Because sometimes when you care about what they think, they'll care about what you think. And, you know, it's just really important sometimes.
I think that's a great point, Summer, and I think that it's really nice to care what people think when it's a positive thing and when it's like, you know, you want to be a good person and you want them
Because
to be nice to you
want the
back.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
talking
because-
like that's a good point. Like image, like caring what people think to the point where it almost like stops you and paralyzes you, you know?
Yeah, my sister.
because-
My sister talks about like she said, because it was one day we were going to Malibu Beach. We were gonna go hang out with our family, and my sister, she was getting in her bikini and she had like a mark on her arm, and I said, "What is that?" She's like, "Oh, it's something that I've just had from being born." And I said, "Really? I've never seen that." She's like, "But let me tell you," because I have like half innie, half outie, like belly button, and I've always been shy of that. Like when I go to the beach, I don't want people, even guys, my friends, to think, oh, she has, you know, that. And she said, but you know, if you go out there and you show it, people will not care. But if you go like you want them to care, they will.
That's right,
And,
because if
yeah.
you show your insecurities, then people play on your insecurities, and we
Right.
all have them, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? And
yeah.
caring what people think can be very tough because it can really mess you up, you know, and it gets, again, back to self-esteem and peer pressure. When you care what people think too much, you let peer pressure get in, and like, hello, I mean, going back to accomplishing your dreams, facing your fears, having the courage, let's talk about like Demi Lovato, all right? I mean, here we got this gorgeous, successful girl who's got it all, and like, you know, then she obviously, because she was so stressed out and cares what people think, and she's having a freaking meltdown, you know, and look what she just did with her career. Demi Lovato, you really need to come talk to Ms. Vampy. So, like, Kayla, what's your feeling about, you know, caring what people think so much?
Well, I think that if you care what people think, you don't care about yourself because you're too busy caring about what other people think of you that you're not really taking care of yourself. And also, like, when you meet people, you care if they like you because then it's like, yeah, because then they're like, oh no, what if they're not my friend? Because, like, say it's one of the popular kids. I don't really care about groups, but, and you're trying to make friends with them so that you can be popular, and so you try to make them like you, but they may act like they like you, but they really don't. Like,
Because they don't really know who the true you is, right?
yeah,
Like, who you really
they have
are
thoughts
inside.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow, she's weird. But really, you just need to know them and get to know them, and then you can honestly know who they are, and maybe your thoughts
The true inner
will
beauty.
change. Yeah.
Like, you know, you just need to be brave and, you know, you just gotta
Yeah, I
believe
like
in
that,
yourself.
brave.
Yeah, and like maybe when they see you and showing like a mark or something that you always been embarrassed to show, you know, other people might have something that, you know, they haven't showed for a little while too. And when they see you, they might think, well, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And be brave and be proud of it, right? Because, I mean, Ms. Vampy's been called quirky a few times in a lifetime, you know what I'm saying? But you know what? I think it's great. I'm unique. There's nobody like me.
So there's this girl who goes to my school, and she wears kind of like boyish clothes. She has long hair. Yeah, no, but like not just a tomboy, like a goth tomboy, kind of like you can't kind of tell girl or boy kind of thing.
But I'm digging the goth part.
But,
Uh-huh.
But you can't really tell, and no one talks to her. She sits down by herself at lunch. Usually everyone has their own like little tiny group that they hang out with.
Yeah.
She has not one friend that sits down with her. She sits by the library where like no one is, and she eats her lunch and she draws all the time at lunch. And I had seen her in one of my classes because she's an 8th grader, and I saw her in my band class, and she sat next to me, and she didn't talk. She was really shy, you know, timid. And so I told my mom about about her, and my mom suggested to go and talk to her.
See, you got a smart freaking mom, all right? 'Cause that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Ms. Vampy's next advice. Was like, how about you step up to the plate, set an example, not care what anybody else thinks, right?
Yeah,
and go up and talk to her and say, what's up?
Yes, I went up and talked to her that next day. I was like, hi, like, how are you and everything. And I'm Lacey, like I said that, you know, and we introduced ourselves, and I started talking to her, and every day now I walk past her and I always say hi or give her a hug or something, and she only smiles at me. Everyone else she has a frown, but she really smiles at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so special now.
Yeah, well, but what would happen, Lacey, if you asked a couple of your girlfriends to do the same?
We'd probably hang out with her because she has great potential. I believe it.
Potential. I like potential. Everybody's got potential. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah, at my school, there's this guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but nobody likes him because he just like sits by himself, and he has like these geeky glasses, and he has this blonde hair, this like girly blonde hair, and he doesn't wear like popular clothes, not that it's not good, but nobody likes him, and because he's like a really smarticle guy. He's like a nerd, but
Nerd here. Thanks a lot.
Maybe we could get you a date, Stephanie, huh? We could set them up.
well, he sort of, if people don't talk to him, he sort of gets really mad, and sometimes, well, there's this one person, well, he got really mad at him, he started to choke him, and then the teacher saw it, and so he sort of, he gets emotional when people tease him, so it's sort of sad.
I mean, that does bring up the subject of bullying, you know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of bullying. But the thing I want to say in his defense, and I don't know the guy, but we don't know, maybe he's got problems, you know, and sometimes, again, you ain't supposed to judge a book by its cover, right? Girls, I cannot thank you enough for sharing with us today, seriously, and being so open and honest and, like, you know, really talking from the heart. And I hope that the viewers won't be judgmental in any way, because it took a lot of courage for each of you to get here and be here today with me, all right? Now, there's something super important that I gotta say that we gotta share with the audience, right? And it's my favorite catchphrase ever. And it is, I'll say it and then you repeat after me and you repeat after me. When faced with fear, dig deep inside, find your inner vamp and vamp it out. Right? Do we love this or what? Yeah. All right, good. So, when faced with fear, dig deep inside, find your inner vamp, and vamp it out. Love it. Thank yous. Me.